Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're actually going to talk about something completely different. We're not actually going to talk about even a TCG at this point. I am so pissed. I can't believe I'm actually doing this, but I don't know what to do. This is so insane to me. This Mercari changes this. You're probably like, what the fuck? Calm down, dude. You just ate Snickers. I get it, but no, this. If you don't know what Mercari is, I guess I should preface and calm down. Mercari is a selling platform, pretty much like eBay. If you want to just think about it, you sell whatever you want. It's not like specific to anything. It's not like OfferUp, like specific to local. I know you can ship, but let's face it, most people use OfferUp locally, and or like what's it called, the other one, Etsy, or is that handmade stuff? No, it's like eBay. You sell everything, and that's their main competitor. Obviously, they're trying to pretty much compete with eBay, which is a pretty hard task, admirable task if you ask me. And how do they do this? By years, they don't do anything wrong. They're fine. They're competing. They're charging the same fees. It's fine. There's no issue. They make this recent such as backward change that I'm just led to believe the person who came up with this change has to be in either a copious amounts of drugs, has to be depressed, and just it's like fuck it. I'm going down. I'm taking this whole company with me, and fuck the world type of vibe, or it's an eBay employee that has successfully snuck in through the ranks of Mercari and has sabotaged it, because I can't understand such a baffling decision other than any of those three options. I'll take any of the three. Because if it's any of those, if it's not any of those, if a sane person, if a sane and coherent person made this decision and you're actually the head of Mercari, or you're in charge of something in Mercari, Jesus fucking Christ, you need to be reevaluated. You need to get hired by eBay because you're doing their job. You're killing their competition better than anyone. I mean, this is fucking crazy. And what's the change? Okay, let's talk about the actual change. Jesus Christ, I just can't believe it. So what happened? Usually when you sell something on a platform, they charge you 13%. That's the standard fee. They charge you 10% for the service, and then they charge you 3% for a credit card fee. That's pretty standard. eBay, Mercari, TCG Player, etc. OfferUp, you name it. And what they decided to do is remove that fees. And you might think, oh, what the fuck? That's crazy. What do you mean? Why are you bitching? This is insane. Let's do it. No, they passed the, first of all, they passed those fees onto the buyer. Not all of them, first of all. I do want to make that clear. They didn't pass exactly 13%. But I actually think they passed like 10%. It was some insane number. And they passed it on to the buyer. You know how bad that is? It's like when you're trying to buy something on, I don't know, on Uber Eats, like a McDonald's meal, and it's like $15 on food, and you're about to pay $30 for the service. You're like, what the fuck is happening? Like, well, why am I paying you $30? And that's what's happening with Mercari now. You're adding 4 fees. You have shipping, you have the processing fee, you have the service fee, you have taxes. That's 4 fucking fees. Who wants to buy like that? I just want to ask, like, who do you think wants to buy like that? If you want to buy a $100 item, you're damn near about to pay like 130, 140. This is insane. Maybe not 140. Let's say 130, 125 to 130. It depends on shipping. Let's say 130. That is insane. That's like, I'm pretty sure it came out to, it was like 20%, because tax is like 8% usually, like 8.75% sales tax, at least in California. 8.75%. And then I'm pretty sure it came out to, yeah, like around 20%. That is insane. You're already buying, you're only encouraging buyers to send offers, which I get, that's fine. And there's no fees on the seller side. You might think, well, yeah, why wouldn't sellers just accept the offers? Are they being greedy or what? Here's the issue. On the seller side, this is one of those changes that it didn't benefit anyone. It's not one of those, oh, screw the sellers, oh, screw the buyers, LOL, fuck them type of deal. It's not one of those. It's we're in solidarity, sellers and buyers, of how fucked we both are. Buyers have to pay these extra tacky fees, and sellers now have to accept returns for any reason. Anything you sell. Do you sell cards? Hey, I have a tournament coming up. Fuck you. Thank you for renting me your card. Here's, I return it. I don't know. It's bent. I just made it up. Who cares? Do you sell video games? Oh, whoa, you're about to become Blockbuster. Congratulations. I just beat the game in 2 days. Hey, bro, it didn't work. I'm sorry. I'm about to return 10 games. 2 weeks after. Or no, sorry. You have 3 days. You do have 3 days. So here, I'll buy one game at a time. I'll return it after I beat it each time. How's that? You're not gonna be able to prove it. Fuck you, I have any reason now. You sell clothes, I have this nice event coming up. I don't really feel like spending on this dress, so I'll just rent your dress pretty much. You're about to become Amazon. You're about to become this huge retailers, which guess what, Mercari? People aren't huge retailers. We're just people. We're selling from our houses. We're not selling from warehouses. We're not selling from stores. We're not. At least most people aren't, I'm guessing. So that's just insane that you're putting that same expectations of refunds for any reason, like you're fucking Amazon. Like, have you seen the shit people return on Amazon? People return open booster boxes on Amazon. If you sell cards, you're absolutely cooked on Mercari. You can't sell booster boxes because that's insane. That's an insane level of trust. Are you gonna, if someone buys with no feedback, are you gonna sell? Like, realistically speaking, put yourself in that shoes. If you sell $500 of booster boxes, will you send them to someone with no feedback or that you haven't sold before? You'll be scared shitless. If you sold an expensive ass console, you'll be scared shitless. If you sold an expensive a pair of shoes, you'll be scared shitless. What if they return it and they're different now? They won't believe you. Have you interacted with Mercari support? Here's what happened one time to me. Here, I'll give you a first-hand experience just so you get a picture of how effective they are. I sold 3 booster boxes for Yu-Gi-Oh! I think it was Whole Burning Volcano. I send them. This person opens up a claim that is, okay, they got damaged in shipping. I check out the picture. They look a little beat up. Fine, I accept the shipping. I accept that return. He sends them back. I get them. I open it. My brother in Christ, these boxes are all opened. They're taped with tape. There's little pieces of tape holding them together. And the packs are all cut open from the top so that you can pull the rarest cards. I look at some of the packs. I'm like, okay, I know this motherfucker took some cards. I look at some of the cards. Each pack is supposed to have 5. Some of them have 4. What does that mean? He took out the best cards and sent me back pretty much a bunch of couple cents cards at most. Maybe $1 if I'm lucky. Wow. Bless you, scammer. Thank you. Thank you. You saved me. It's fucking crazy. And that was before the policy change. And guess what? I reach out to Mercari. I tell them, hey, I have pictures of the tape. I have pictures of the cuts. They're all identical. They're all cut the exact same way. There's no way you fucking think I did this. And guess what? Since it was damaged in transit, we can't prove that the buyer did it. And it's just gonna get worse. You're just now encouraging people because they're paying these tacky fees. So they're gonna be more encouraged to be more ballsy and just demand those returns for any reason. And you might get screwed. And I know that you might say, oh, you sound like you're looking for the sellers. Guess what? Any marketplace that's bad for buyers is bad for sellers. And tacking on those fees, in my opinion, is worse than the returns. I would be fine with the returns for any reason. Let's face it. Let's fucking face it. If someone wants to scam you on Mercari, they'll scam you. And any platform, let's be real, in eBay too. So I would have taken it. But when you're making it such a bad experience for buyers to buy too, and you're tacking on this shit to sellers, you're fucking us both over at the same time. Like, who's winning here? Like, I'm so confused. I don't understand. I just wanted to talk about it. I don't think this makes any fucking sense. Personally, I'm sorry. Again, I don't like to curse. I've been trying to cut back, but Jesus fucking Christ. I'm just trying to think who's benefiting here, who's winning. And guess who's winning? Mercari, because here's the final change. I didn't even talk about, here's the final change. Here's a final nail in the coffin. Now they charge you $2 to withdraw your money. And you might say, oh, you're dumb. Obviously, they charge you to withdraw the same day, the same right away, right? No, they charge you to withdraw your money in general. In general, that money you earn, that $10 sale you earn, motherfucker, take $2 off. Because you're about to pay me $2 to withdraw that money that you earned. That is insane to me. That is, I have never seen a marketplace, any marketplace, actually charge you to withdraw your money. Not instantly, again, that's a huge word. Instantly, I get it. But to actually just withdraw your money, like this is, Mercari, you're not the fucking, you're not a retirement account. You're not a traditional IRA. What the fuck is going on? Why are you charging me to withdraw my money? And you might say, oh, it's just $2. Just wait until you sell $1,000. And guess what? Most people aren't selling that much. Most people use Mercari to sell casually. If you ever use Mercari, you'll notice most people are they're selling their clothes, they're selling their old books, they're selling their old games, there's very little stores. Yeah, there are some stores. I'm not saying, oh, there's none. You'll never see any. Of course there are. But I'm saying the vast majority of people will sell very small value items and this will affect them. And the only reason they're doing this is so that you keep your money there. So that you spend it. You see, oh, hey, look at, I'm not gonna withdraw. I don't want to spend $2, and I have $20. Let me buy this. I'll buy this cute shirt because I already have $20. So I might as well. And I don't want to withdraw. I don't want to spend $2. It's just ridiculous to me, and that they can do it. First of all, that's fucking crazy. And I find it hilarious too because as soon as they implemented the change, you'll notice they actually went back and gave us a couple days to withdraw instantly. You bet your ass I was withdrawing. Bro, I was getting paid on withdrawing instantly. I don't care if it was $5. I was getting withdrawing that bitch immediately. That was crazy. They gave us, I think it was like 5 days to withdraw your money, which I think is hilarious on their way of avoiding any legal trouble. Just because they're like, oh, we gave you a couple days, relax, we didn't force any changes on you. You could have withdrawn, whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't threaten us. It just looks like that. And if it's not, maybe I'm wrong, sure. But it just looks that way. That's, oh, we're trying to cover our ass because we gave you this grace period to withdraw. Now fuck you. And it's just crazy. You're pushing so many sellers away. And this is not just me being, dramatic or exaggerating. Sure, maybe I am a little bit, to be honest. But actually, no, wait, I'm not. Look at the Reddit. Look at people, like people with a bunch of sales. I'm not just talking like small sellers too. I'm talking big sellers. Some people are closing their accounts, man. They're closing, deactivating all the listings, closing accounts, moving until Mercari steps up and does something. And in my opinion, just right now, just how it is, it's just not worth selling on Mercari. Sure, you might make some more money in sales, but what happens the moment you have a faulty return? You lost. Let's say you sell something and you're profiting like $20 an item. I don't know. It's just being general, right? Being generous, normal, whatever. Let's say you sell five a day. Cool, right? Let's say you lose an item and you sell a more expensive item and you lose $200. Guess what? You lost 2 days of all profit just because someone abused the system that Mercari is now promoting them to do. And I just don't. You might say, oh no, they're not promoting faulty returns. And sure, they're not, but you're talking about people who now you're giving them any reason, hey, treat these sellers as Amazon when we're not. Most people are not Amazon. Most people are not businesses. And we're now being inclined to be treated that way. In my opinion, that's just going to push away most people who just can't afford those returns. They just can't afford that risk. And that's why most sellers are not going to drop their prices because they can't risk those returns, cutting even more into their profits. So it's just a shit show. It's just a mess. I don't know what they're going to do.